Hello. Hi everyone. This is hexdevs Open Source Thursdays. We are Stefanni and Thiago, two Rails developers, and we are the hosts of the hexdevs podcast. We started this project because we've always wanted to contribute to Rails, and now is the time. The goal is to show the real life of working on a new code base, lots of Googling, stumbling around, debugging, making lots of mistakes, as you know, reading docs, and learning in real time. And so far, we've been having lots of fun. I guess this is the third one that we're doing, the third live. And yeah, welcome. Let us know where you're talking from and if you have contributed to open source before. And we'll get started. Do you want to say hi?
Hi everyone. When you join us, drop hi in the chat. Otherwise, we will get started. You might hear our cats meowing in the background, but that's a nice touch. So to recap, maybe we can share our screen. It's the next one. Yes. So we have been working on this issue for the past 3 or 4 lives. Yes, that's my cat. And today we are hoping to open a PR. We managed to figure out where to change the test, how to check if the disk service was enabled for the active storage draw routes. And so that's it. We have been working on this one. We are not sure if the way that we are checking if the disk service is enabled is the correct one. So we hope to get some feedback by opening the PR. And so that's what we are aiming to do today. And I will open my window so my cat stops meowing. Thiago, I'll leave it to you.
All right. So, let's see here. Where did we stop? Yeah, so we moved things around since our last live. So we deleted that little file that we've created to hold this method here, and we just moved it to the active storage module, because I guess it will make things a little easier to understand, but I mean, I'm not sure if this is the right place, but looks like it. And then we are doing the check here, so we fetch the services from the blob module inside active storage, and if it's present, I guess if it's not present, I wonder if this could be new, but if it's present, we check to see if it's a disk service, and then it's true or false. I wonder if fetch is gonna throw an error here, right? Because let's suppose there's no local service here,
Right.
and then you just do is a here, we call a method. This might throw an error if it's not present. Let's see. Should we do this? Adapters using disk service.
Yeah, maybe you can do like a console check. Like if you test if something is new.
If local service, you mean you could do like the
ampersand?
what is this called again? The new operator, whatever.
You can speak louder.
Oh, so if this is new, there's an operator, so it just returns false.
Is it the ampersand?
Oh yeah, sorry. Ampersand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should work. Maybe we can just put it here directly. Is that a good fetch?
I don't know.
Is that a good practice for Rails? And dot. I guess they do it, so why can't we?
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine. So let's just do it directly then. Or maybe let's just skip it this way. So if local service is present and it is a disk service, then it's gonna say this is true. It's gonna return true here. Cool. And then the tests are working for this thing.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
The configuration test.
Where?
I have the command in the terminal
Okay.
already. Oh, we closed. I guess if you just press arrow. If you just
I?
yeah, that's one. That's the one.
Okay, configuration test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to enter the.
Oh yeah. It's
Let me just do it here, maybe.
the
Can I do it
royalties. Enter the royalties.
Configuration test, active storage, draw routes. Is this test here? Yes, so.
Yes.
Okay. Funny because it's just one test, but it's pretty slow. But anyway, so the test is working. So I guess this should fix the problem. We're not sure if this is the right way, but and so what else do we have to do? We wanna split the routes, or
Yes.
let's go back to the.
Yeah, if you go back to the issue, there is a link to a tweet on how to do that. That's the last thing I guess we need to change before opening a PR, and then later we can actually, after we do that, we need to clean up the branch and the commits.
This one?
Yes. Oh, and also we might need to just review the docs before opening the pull request, because I think we need to change the change log as well. But one thing at a time.
So draw routes method in Rails 6 allows you to break up your routes into multiple files. This is super handy when you have different areas of your site, like admin, blah blah blah. Okay. And so you can split. Oh, so you have a different namespace that's inside the same folder, routes folder, and then you just call the namespace like so. So I guess in this case we would draw active storage or something.
No, I think we would draw, if you go back to the routes file that we are changing, I think it is already the active storage routes. What we need to break into a separate file is the disk service. Yeah, so if you see that file, it's just the routes for active storage already. And we just want to extract that one.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here. So just create a new folder, I guess.
I think just a new file.
But it says here it's a folder. So config routes folder, it's a new folder and a new file. See here? Config routes, new folder, and then you add.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You create a new folder for the
Okay.
routes.
Makes
Organize the
sense.
routes.
Okay. No, yeah. That makes sense because then you would put both the routes.
Yes, so
Okay.
active storage.
It's without the. It's all together. You're typing.
Storage. Why it doesn't complete?
Because you're typing wrong.
I wasn't, but okay. So config,
Mm-hmm.
and then routes, I guess.
Yeah.
And then disk service.
Yeah, I think I would put disk service routes. Do you think we need it? I don't know.
Well, it's kind of a module.
Yeah, so just disk service, I guess.
Should it be active? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No, we are already on active storage.
So disk service.
Yeah.
And then you just namespace.
Mm-hmm.
Namespace. And then you do this.
Mm-hmm. Don't you need that as well?
Isn't this repeated?
Yes, I think. Okay.
Rail application.
No, we are checking.
It's just the namespace, I think. No? See here? So you call draw, but
Yeah.
then you just draw admin and then just a namespace. Let's see.
Okay. But where? Okay, yeah, let's try.
Why would you need it twice? So we have this thing here.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I guess that check needs to be inside that one, right?
But then this should be inside too. Let's just try it out and see. Let's just keep it as is. Let's keep it like that. Let's see what happens. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Did you call it?
What? Oh yeah, true. So
I think it's better to have the terminal. No, it's okay.
too confusing. So draw
Disk service?
disk service.
Yeah.
Draw work.
Let's try.
Breaking up very large route file into multiple small ones. Using the draw macro.
Yeah, it's inside the routes draw.
Oh, here. That's annoying, but and then you have this. So I guess you would call it. No, let's see here. I guess you would do this. Let's see.
It says there that you have to call inside. Yeah, see that paragraph. The paragraph of text.
Here? No.
Go down. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, but we have that. Yeah. Okay. So we have to do. So we have to move this around. It's kind of ugly.
No, I think now I'm confused. I guess that entire if should be inside the Rails application routes draw block. Like we have that one.
Which, tell me the line, I don't understand what
if you go back to routes, so go up. So we have if active storage dot draw routes, and then we have that, right? So I think we need to move that check inside that block.
I see. So this block here goes down. Is that what you mean?
No.
You wanna drive? I don't get it. Sorry.
No, what I mean is I don't know how to use this keyboard.
Okay.
I mean that if needs to be inside this block.
You mean this if here?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I think
so
so.
like move this inside.
Yeah.
But then what about this one? You have to move this one too, right? So let's okay, so if we do this, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And then we've moved this around. Yes. We move this here, maybe.
Yeah, but I guess it wouldn't be an else if it would be. Oh no, never mind. Yeah.
Do Rubocop. I'll do format stuff here.
I don't know. Nice.
I hope it doesn't change everything, but so yeah, maybe it's missing one. And so if draw routes, we do all of this stuff. Else if and then looks correct to me. Let's do this again. Yeah, looks fine, right?
Yeah.
So if draw routes, and you're always drawing. If not, then we don't need this anymore, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you just have this. Maybe. Yeah, let's see. And then here, I don't need this anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I can do routes.
I wonder if we need this. Oh, I see. The namespace, you're just naming.
I'm just following this example here.
Yeah.
So namespace, and that's it. Draw. So I guess that should work.
Okay.
Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. This guy. Oops. Routes.
Yes. Yeah, that's interesting.
Why is this so slow, though?
I don't know.
So slow. It's probably a way to make it faster, but
Maybe it's my computer. I don't know.
I don't think so. The computer is fine.
Because it has to load a bunch of stuff.
Maybe. There's just one test. Okay,
Yeah.
so Rails command. Your router trying to draw the external file. This
Oh, if you go to the test, I think you will have to add in the test, in the configuration test, you will see how they, maybe they do this configuration for the routes. I wonder if we have to
do you think we need to require the module? I guess not, right?
No.
Draw macro.
Inside, the file needs to be located.
It needs to have the same name. Route file has the same name as the argument. So admin. In this case, must have the same name, disk service, which is the same name, disk service. Namespace, disk service. Disk service. My bad. Oops.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
It's good to have code reviewing, live code reviewing.
Oh yeah. I think I'll look here, because then it's easier.
I can move this. Can you see now? It's a little better. Disk service.
The file. Yeah, I remember that they do some configuration to load the routes in the tests. I wonder if we need to add something in there. Like, what is this? Yeah, activist config environment development, Rails application config routes prefix config.
Well, to me it's saying here that they cannot find the file disk service inside app config routes. Maybe it's the they have kind of a example app that they run on the test or something, and that one needs to have the route as well.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because I remember they had some like fake app or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
But
Royalties, right?
yeah, I think it would be on royalties.
So
Configuration? No.
let's look at the tags here.
Mm-hmm.
Configuration tags.
Relation.
Application tests. New app. New app. Application.
What if you search active storage?
Search.
Yeah.
Why?
In the configuration.
Which configuration?
In the royalties
Royalties.
configuration? No?
So you mean here on royalties?
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
Yeah. App updater generator configuration. Is there any test file?
Configuration test. Application. Routes prefix.
What is that generator?
Which one?
In the file above?
This one? Config environments development. Application configure. Where is application configure?
Routes.
So they are running some app here on this test, right? They need to have something.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out where that lives. Maybe we can just search for routes. And see dummy. So maybe we need, so which file is this? Dummy, okay, active storage test.
Okay.
Active storage. This is active storage test. Dummy. Config.
Okay.
So maybe we need to add the route here as well.
Oh yeah, you see there is a routes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But it's kind of weird, right? Can we even really do this? Because see, the problem is,
What if you just call draw disk service in there?
here.
Yeah.
So this is just a fake app, right?
Yes.
So that's the problem. If you have active storage, maybe we have to require this file. Because here's the problem. Active storage has this kind of route thing, right?
Yeah.
That gets used when you use active storage on your app, and we are adding a new file here that should be used as well. So routes should be used, and this guy should be used as well. But then if we have the dummy app, so here's where's the dummy app? Dummy app is just like a fake app, I think. Yeah, like simple fake app just to test. But if I add this thing here on the dummy app, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because this is something that is generated by Rails.
Right.
So it shouldn't be there. So I wonder if I have to force the inclusion of this file somehow. Like maybe if I import like if I require the route. This is where it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, yeah.
Because one thing is the route, one thing is splitting routes on a Rails app, like they say here. This is one thing.
Yeah.
We can do this on a Rails app. Another thing is splitting routes on Rails, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which is a different thing. And so it should be able to get the file. So maybe if you require the file. Yeah, not sure.
However, you shouldn't surround it. Wait, what is it saying there? You shouldn't surround it with the Rails applications routes draw block. Like yeah, that's what we removed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try one thing first.
Okay.
Let's just comment this. I'm gonna comment this. I'm gonna use this stuff here. Namespace. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna move this thing here and see if the test works. If it works, then the problem is the file not being present or not being required or something like that. Or maybe I can even use this feature on there. Yeah. Yeah, so the test works. This means that the problem is the file that is not being found. When I do this, so maybe I can do this inside active storage, or maybe I could just require the route. Maybe that's the problem. But if I require it, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Like if I do require here,
I thought you made me lower my pressure.
draw external. So no, they're not doing this anywhere. This is just a test. So I guess no one is doing this. So I wonder if we can even do this. Let's see what the guy is saying here. Done this.
Oh, maybe for that purpose we would need to add the Rails application routes draw.
Could be.
Right?
Let's try that. So
Okay.
go back. Where is the? I see what you mean. So you just move stuff. So you mean just move this stuff here as well? Just undo.
Maybe, yeah, just undo and just do like he said.
And then here is just draw route to disk service.
Disk service. Yeah.
Disk service. Yeah.
Let's see.
That's the problem. Because then you only draw that namespace thing.
Fun fact, the tea kind of lowered my pressure, blood
really?
pressure. Yeah.
What kind of tea?
That's the green tea.
Green tea?
Your router tried.
File was not found. App config routes.
Okay, so let me see if I understand. This draw routes is a Rails new feature, which we are trying to use. That the way it was all in a single file, it was working, but now our tests are not loading the new file that we created. The initial thought was to require the file in the routes, active storage routes. Did you try that just to see if it works?
Good.
Like, because if that, what do I want to say? Routes. Because if we do that and it works, it would be
it would be weird to have to require this here, right?
I know.
It just works, right? It's a feature. Or maybe it's the, I don't think it's the version, but
Let's see what they say. So Rails draw routes.
Maybe let's search for it. So
Wait, do you have a namespace there?
yeah.
Did the Rails person say to put a namespace?
That's the feature. You need a namespace, right? That's what's written on the service. So see, if you look here on the feature, you need a namespace. So the problem is not finding the file because it's probably not getting copied into the app.
Right.
Yeah. File exists, path, name, blah blah blah. Rather try it. See, it's trying to load route path name. So what is name? So name would be active disk service, right? So disk service, and then it would try to see if disk service.rb is present. If it's not present, it raises the error, right? But if it's present, I guess it loads it. So loads the route file, which would be, I guess, config or routes file name. Is the folder name correct? Routes routes RB routes disk service.
Do we need to put the routes.rb in the routes folder?
So
No, right?
But
Yeah,
that's
the
the
example. Okay.
that's the feature. It
Mm.
loads it by looking at that folder.
Mm.
Unless it's something different, but that's what they're saying here.
Yeah.
Unless it's the version, I don't know. It's
That's
funny. So calling draw admin inside the block will try to load a route file that has the same name as the given argument. Disk service. The file needs to be located inside config routes directory or any subdirectory. Config routes, admin, config routes, external admin. So you can name it anything you want as long as it's config routes.
Okay.
I would guess.
Okay.
Use normal DSL. You shouldn't surround it with routes draw. Yeah. But to me, it's just not loading. The file is not there when the app runs, the dummy app runs. I wonder if we need to build something, like do something for it to kind of see that file, the new file.
Yeah, I wonder if it is just a test configuration thing that we need to add.
Because I'm pretty sure if I do this, let's see, if I go to the dummy app, let's see, test, dummy. I'm pretty sure if I add it here, it's gonna work, but it's it's not the point. So if I do this routes, and then I do disk service, and then I just copy this thing, it should work, but that's not what I want.
Oh wait. Oh.
But I also need to draw it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Maybe that Rails draw routes needs to go in that file as well.
You mean this stuff here?
Yeah.
Go where? Go
in the disk service.
You mean here?
Yeah.
Why?
Because maybe that's what makes them load.
You mean like have it twice?
No, but then you would remove it from the routes.
But then how would it load the route? You need a draw. You need to draw. You need this block here, right?
Exactly. So what if you also do that in the other? Because you are not calling that, are you?
Yes,
oh yes, you are. Okay.
So draw this service.
Okay, never mind. I think.
So routes. So if I do this. I wonder if we can even do this. It should be possible because active storage is just using the routing feature, and the routing feature should have that feature as well. Oh, it failed.
Yeah.
Draw this in file. App config routes. It should be here. Disk service RB. Yeah, I don't know. Does that even work?
Should.
Let's see here.
Let's see.
guess this is old Initializer Routes. Oh, do you have to do that? Initializer. But this seems old, like from 6 years ago. Out of the box. Rails 3.
But can you see if... Because I wonder if this is just a test configuration that we need to add somewhere, you know?
So let me undo this. And let me remove this folder.
Yeah, because that should call the other file. So I wonder if it's just the test that needs... like...
So what do you mean? I don't know what you're saying.
I mean, in the configuration test.
Configuration test.
Yeah, the one that we are...
This one?
Yeah, because you can see that they do some like Rails configuration. I wonder if we need to say, like, use the draw.
Yeah, but it's built-in. It's a built-in feature, right? I wonder if you have to build something or do something to like update the code or something. Maybe it's not running, but it's probably not true because whenever we change that route file and it's working.
Yes.
The change is working, so it's not that. It's just that it doesn't require that file, so it's not getting added or something. Or maybe the name is wrong, but I don't think it is.
Disk service.
See, I don't think it's the name. Active storage, disk service. See, disk service. Namespace, disk service. And then here.
Disk service,
service.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Configuration test. Can we do this? Maybe. No, it's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't know. It should be there. I don't know. Maybe whenever you add a new file, you have to require it somewhere. Active storage, like say here. They need to do something about this. Routes, whatever. Active storage, app, lib, app. Let me see something. Search. Routes prefix. Draw routes. You think this is relevant? Rails active.
What is that routes prefix?
So routes prefix is probably when you draw the routes, the URL is /rails/active storage.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. URL helpers.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can't even do this, but you should just require the...
What do you think of?
Because no, they're not doing this anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's see, routes.
But there is that draw external. What is that?
This is a test. It's just a test.
Ah.
But you see that it works. Let's see. Application routing test. Maybe do they have like a dummy app for this one as well? App file, config routes. Yes, it's creating the little file. App mode. So you see that it does work, but maybe we're doing something wrong here. Routes draw.
Wouldn't we need to do something like that in the test?
You mean do this?
Routes drawing from config routes. So it goes to the file. It gets an app template
We
application.
can try that, so let's try it. We can just kind of force it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Search for it. The file is huge.
Routes.
It's in the configuration test.
This one?
No. You want to go to the configuration test, right?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Search for draw routes. Yeah, that's the one.
So
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
if you do this. Oops, no. I thought I copied this. Here. Oops, where are we? So if I do this.
No, you're copying the same file.
Oops. Disk.
No, it's a configuration test on royalties.
This one. And then
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter, I guess. And then I do this. Disk service. I need to do this.
Okay, go and try.
And then that guarantees that I have that.
Yeah.
That's right.
You rename to disk service?
Doesn't matter. I think. Let's try it.
Config active storage. Yeah, but that's not okay. It is so hard.
Worked.
Yeah.
So maybe we can ask on the issue or maybe on the PR because the routes / disk service is not getting loaded by the module when it's used by the test. So maybe we need to require it. Maybe it's a bug or maybe you can't really do it, but if you see that there's a test doing that, I'm pretty sure it means it works. So this is testing that it works, right? So it's testing that you can split the routes and it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So you have the controller, see? So this works, but why doesn't it work? Why it doesn't work when we just add the file here? We might need to require it or do something about it. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, okay. I think honestly we got to a point where we just need some feedback. Because that's what we think. I mean, it solves the issue. We're just not sure how to do it the Rails way. How to.
Yeah, it's not loading the file.
Yeah, and it's not
Maybe
loading
you
the
have to
file.
require it, but
Yeah.
not sure. It shouldn't,
Yeah.
because that's the feature does that for you, right? Or maybe you can just look around this thing here. So application routing. Yeah, so maybe we could take a look at this test here and see how they do it, because it's working here, right?
Yeah.
Why does it work in here but not on our test? Maybe they never tried it with a different file, or maybe you can't have a different file there. Build app. So which? I wonder if they're using the same dummy app here, because it works. I don't know why.
Root.
Yeah, it's external. So see, if you add a file with external routes, it works. And then if you do this, draw external, and you have the file, it works. Same thing here. But why do you have to do it like this? Right? Because this kind of forces it. So there must be a file there. But I wonder if they've never tried, like if they tried adding the route.
Yeah.
The route file.
We might have found another bug, we don't know. Oh, it's just we don't understand, like I don't understand how to add that configuration in the test.
So it's not on the test, it's on the module.
On the module.
So on active storage, we are trying to split the routes, but the file doesn't get loaded, it doesn't get required. And so we get this error here. You cannot find the file, but it is there. So maybe it's not being required. So it just gets, it doesn't get required, so it doesn't get packaged or something with the module. So maybe that's the problem. If we try, we could try to require it. Let's see. Maybe require relative. So if we do something like this on the route, active style. Yeah, like if we do this. And then we do routes, disk service. This is kind of defeats the purpose because the feature does that, right? Routes, disk service.
Do you need the RB?
No, sorry. Or maybe when you add a new file, you need to do something different. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it might just be because we don't know how things are done on Rails, you know?
Yeah.
And we can bang our heads and
Jumps back. Lib, do storage. Because they don't even require routes here. It should just work, I guess. Probably gets auto-loaded. Active storage. Let's see what require active support engine.
But that's not site.
Yeah, so it's not working, right? Routes disk service. Maybe I did it wrong. Routes. I don't know. Disk service.
Yes. Yeah, we have to go. Let's put it in a place where, in a stage where we can open a PR and ask for feedback, because we need to go have lunch.
Yeah, but they should give us an idea, because it's pretty obvious. The file is there, but it's not getting required or something, so you can't find it. Yeah, maybe we need to do something like this. Require active storage.
No.
We failed again, right? Runtime error.
Expected due.
Where? On this service. Service due. Namespace due. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, now it's getting loaded. That's the thing. It's getting loaded now. Namespace, blah blah blah, do. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if we open the PR and we say, hey, we have the file here, but it's not getting, it's getting this error, I'm not sure.
And the finding method scope.
Oh, interesting. So it seems that, oops, scope only lives inside routings route, but we do have that here, right?
What if you move that block here?
Maybe you have to do this.
Do what?
So maybe you have to do this instead. Let me try. You have to do this, and then this stuff here needs to be here.
I see.
But it's kind of pointless, I guess. But let's see.
Why don't you move everything there? You just call the drop.
Because it's not gonna work.
It's the line 85 that calls the 87, right?
Yeah,
okay.
So you need the block,
right,
in order to call draw. But it's complaining about scope, so maybe you can't use scope when you're pulling the other routes.
I see.
You can only do simple things like resources,
right.
get, whatever.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. But it seems like it, at least.
That makes sense.
Because see, on the examples, they don't show scopes. So maybe, let's see here, breaking up. See, just simple things.
No,
maybe
that makes
scope
sense.
is not.
That makes sense.
It's not available.
Yes. Yeah.
Scope. Yeah. So let's try that. That's a good
Okay.
thing.
That Makes sense.
Yeah, but it's kind of, if you want to split your routes, but you don't have access to everything, just simple things.
Yeah.
Maybe they explain why. Oops. Yeah, let's wait.
What do you have in the disk service
I just have, oh,
that you need to remove
yeah,
this code?
right. So
Yeah, okay.
remove this and this. You only have those two routes, but the scope is outside. But then what is the point if you still have this? I guess it's not too bad, but yeah. They'll tell us
Yeah.
if it's too bad or not.
Yeah, I think on the final method get. So it doesn't. So the get doesn't work without the.
But see, it's because I'm requiring the file, so it's trying to execute this thing, right? But this is not the way to do it. So I don't think it's gonna work. Let's just keep it as is. So this, let's just keep this like that, and then we go back here, and then we just remove this thing because it's just requiring. I don't think you're supposed to require that file, because then it's gonna try to execute the Ruby code, but then it's gonna say, oh, get doesn't exist, because get only exists inside draw.
Okay.
Because it gets loaded. The idea is that you're inside this block and you load some Ruby code in there. It's kind of interesting. Let's look at the code again. So here, so it just does this thing, instance eval, and then reads the route file, right? File read. Yeah, instance eval. It's probably just kind of loads that thing in that context or something. It's pretty interesting stuff. Instance eval. What does that do?
Evaluate the string.
Adding methods to an instance. Oh, so it's just adding those methods to draw. Interesting. Evaluates a string containing Ruby source code. See, this is kind of cheating. So they're just reading that file as a string, and then it's running an eval. So evaluating the string and turn it into Ruby code within the block. So it's within the draw block or the context. In order to set the context, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's kind of cheating. So it's not like you're requiring the module. You're just reading that file as a string and running Ruby eval on that thing, and then gets executed in that context. But if you require that route, then it's gonna work as a normal Ruby file or module, which is kind of different. So it doesn't have get, doesn't have the things we need.
Yeah.
Unless, let's give me an idea. So if we do this here, but it kind of defeats the purpose, I think. But you could do no, because if you require that file and then you call a method here, it would kind of work, I guess, but it's not, there's no point in doing that. So yeah, so we know that the file works. So if we split we do the split and we draw disk service routes in another file, it works because, yeah, this stuff works because on the test we did exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of having the extra file, you just run a test that kind of added a fake file in memory,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked. But here you just have to figure out why this file doesn't get included when we run the test. So it might be a bug because there's no test for that.
Mm-hmm.
They only do the thing we were doing here. Where is it? They only do kind of the fake
Right.
thing. Yeah, so they only do this. They don't do it with an extra file. So maybe it might be a bug. Possibly.
Okay. So when we in the royalties test we added that block to read the external file, it worked. That one,
Yeah,
right?
so we did this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just copied this stuff here
Mm-hmm.
without a namespace, of course, but we just copied this thing into here,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the other test, right?
Yeah.
And then it works just like this test here. It just works, but there's no example of what we're doing where you add an extra file and
Right.
see what happens.
Okay. So what do you think? Have we just followed that one to make it work? And
You could, because it's a different thing. So this is just testing that splitting the files work, and it probably works on an app. It probably works, but it doesn't work when your route is in active storage, like the module is not working. So it's not loading that route file. I'm not sure why.
can you
Maybe
go
this
back?
file doesn't get included or something.
Can you go back to the configuration test? Mm-hmm. And so right now it's not working anymore? I got lost.
So this should work. This works.
What if you call draw? What if you just say here draw disk service?
What do you mean?
Can you go up a little bit? Test app file development. Okay. No, it's because in that other example in the routes they had yeah, you see that they call here the app to draw the external. I wonder if we could just
Where?
that block.
App file.
Yeah. I wonder if we can just
Let's draw.
call that.
But we are doing that when we have the route. So on the route we are doing that, right? Where is it?
Yeah, but I mean
We
in
do that
the
here.
yeah, but maybe we need to do that in the test.
But then
Right
it wouldn't
now.
work. So see, if you do this on the test, then how are people going to use the feature? So if they use active storage,
Right.
they need those routes, right, to get loaded automatically. So they can't just go and do, like, on their apps they would have to do this. You mean like everybody will have to do this on their apps, but it just doesn't make sense
Okay.
because you know.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So let's
See, it works.
okay.
So by doing that Where is it? It's confusing. By doing that,
I think you closed.
no, it's
Oh,
here.
it's that one, yeah.
By kind of faking and creating the file here, the nested route, it works. So this does work. But when we don't do this,
Yeah.
and we have the route file inside the folder in active storage, it doesn't work because it doesn't get loaded.
Wait a second, I think I know why.
Hmm.
Can you go back in the routes? So, go up in that file. There is a if right at the beginning, is if the draw routes are true, right?
Here?
Yes.
Hmm.
And then, so if the draw routes are true, you will do that. And the issue is because the person wants to use the draw routes to false.
Yeah.
Okay. So go back there in the configuration test, please.
Here?
Yeah. So it's setting the draw routes to false.
Yes.
So it's skipping that block.
Yes. So it doesn't do this, but it
does
this.
that.
If it's
Okay,
enabled.
never mind, because
It's
I thought that we were testing something that was set to false and therefore would not work. No, but that makes sense, because that's exactly the issue. Is we want to have the draw routes to false.
Yeah.
And still draw that.
Get the disk service routes
Yeah.
rendered. Yeah.
Okay, and so when we split the files, they don't get loaded. Okay. Yeah, okay. Honestly, let's clean up the branch and open a PR and because we might have found a bug, and if it is, I don't think we should fix now. Right?
Fix the
Because it
the
might
branch.
just be one configuration in the active storage files, but we don't know that. And it could be that just someone say you just need this line here, or it is a bug. But either way, we need some feedback.
Your router trying to run, but the file is not found.
Potentially we can create, but that's later. We can create an executable file that recreates this scenario.
We could create, but it's an internal issue, so it's not that people using. It's just an internal issue of active storage.
Yeah.
Just quickly so we don't forget.
Okay. So let's clean up the branch.
But do you want to do it offline or live? Clean up the branch. You can do this offline.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
Because we need to go have lunch. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We will just fix our branch a little bit, like the commits, and create a work in progress pull request to get some feedback, because we're kind of stuck here. And then once we get the feedback, we would work on it online and we can add the change log. But honestly, I think we need some help here. We're stuck.
Routes, this
Yeah. But we will do that offline because it's 1 p.m. and we didn't have lunch. So we need to eat to get back to our normal functioning.
But it looks promising. It's probably just a small thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fix this, and then
Maybe add a comment in there, in that block, and say, unless we explicitly.
what? This comment here?
This one?
You mean this one? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I won't commit this.
Ah,
Leave it
okay.
around, but
Okay,
I need
okay.
to commit this. So just add this guy here. Stage. Routes. And I have this guy here. Do I need to put this? I guess not. Do they use this everywhere? Okay. So add this guy here. New file. This is fine, I guess now. And then, yeah, I don't need this. And then let's say splitting. Let's just do something
What's in
else.
that routes that is not staged?
It's just the comment.
No, but it's almost as if you had two files.
Yeah, so I'm not adding the comment. I'm not committing this comment here.
Ah, okay.
I
But I
could,
thought that's why we were adding comments, to ask for feedback.
well, you could add it on the PR, but yeah, let's just add this thing. So let me. Yeah, but I'm not adding this.
Okay.
So split. Wow.
Okay. That was.
And then this is just
Checking if it's not.
checks if service and then push. Are you on the right branch? Yes. Cool. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So we will do this. We will clean up the branch and open the PR in a very documented way. But we will do that offline because we are hungry. So, yeah, see you next time.
Thank you so much for joining. See you around.